Hi17 SDG 逐個講、逐個做、逐個行嘅觀眾聽眾大家好。咁啊，今一集咧，我哋都幾特別嘅，因為今集咧，我哋想帶大家去睇我哋香港青年人嘅一個活動。咁而呢一個行動咧，亦都係應對我哋可持續發展目標嘅。咁就係2023香港中學模擬聯合國教科文組織大會，係氣候可持續性嘅，係 climate sustainability 啊。咁啊，講到 climate sustainability 咧，大家都會知道啊，跟進咗我哋咁多集嘅 SDG。逐個講啦嚇，又逐個行啦，又逐個做啦，知道17個 SDGs 啊，咁就可持續發展目標，咁啊17個可持續發展目標。咁今次咧，我哋講緊氣候行動咧，就係可持續發展目標13啦。係啦，咁啊今次同學們咧會進行點樣嘅行動咧嚇？咁佢哋咧就會跟進 UN 即係聯合國氣候行動大會 COP27。COP27 就係締約方27次會議嘅內容啦。咁喺香港咧，用模擬聯合國教科文組織嘅形式咧，就係令到每一組嘅同學咧都係代表不同嘅國家代表團。咁啊，透過研究性嘅學習，去到了解每一個國家對於氣候行動呢一個全球議題嘅承諾同埋行動嘅。咁好啦，咁啊模擬聯合國教科文組織呢一種會議嘅形式咧，其實係我哋一個體驗式嘅學習，體驗式教育為主旨嘅活動。咁就亦都係參加嘅同學咧，就可以透過呢一次活動咧，就深入了解國際性嘅議題。咁特別咧係關注喺可持續發展目標，就係 UN SDGs 上面啦。咁以及咧就點樣去同其他人溝通啊？點樣協商啊？點樣實現更加可持續嘅未來？成個活動嘅目標都係透過體驗式嘅學習、自主研究、現場嘅演講、辯論等形式，培養學生跨學科嘅技能，亦都包括咧協商嘅技能啦。咁啊，系統嘅思維啦，慎思明辨嘅能力，臨場應變嘅能力，綜合解決問題啦，同埋都要即係一個戰略性嘅規劃啦。咁亦都建立咧學生對於可持續發展目標更加深入嘅了解同埋運用嘅。而今次咧係以氣候行動為主嘅主題下咧，咁學生咧係喺大會咧需要進行3個部分嘅，係非常之精彩嘅嚇。咁第一部分咧就係各個國家代表團咧一個簡要報告啦，係啦。咁跟住第2 part 咧就係一般性嘅辯論同埋討論。咁而第3 part 咧最為精彩嘅係會翻嚟香港啦。咁一個 case section 咧就係案例會議嘅環節，就係要去大家一齊嚟以香港嘅塑膠污染問題同埋解決方案嘅。咁每一個代表團咧都會有一個自己嘅考慮，咁但係大會嘅最後咧就希望所有代表團咧都形成一個共識，可以形成一個共識性嘅方案嘅，係啦。咁咧呢一個精彩嘅情況咧就帶俾大家去嚟到關注嚟到了解啦。咁當然啦，每一次我哋嘅活動咧，我哋都係已經喺我哋即係嗰個Hi17 SDG 逐個做裏邊咧，我哋已經開始集咧，大家都會聽到一個叫做 UN SDGs 邁向淨零低碳活動加去計劃嘅。咁而我哋自己呢一個 Model UNESCO 嘅活動咧，大會咧亦都係會採取邁向淨零低碳活動加去計劃，亦即係話我哋所有參加嘅同學都會了解到喺呢次活動當中嘅碳排放，咁啊包括大家嘅交通嘅排放啦，咁場地嘅燈光啦、空調啦、LED 嘅顯示屏啦、音響設施等呢啲都會以數字嘅形式咧，俾大家了解呢啲消耗能量消耗嘅情況嘅。咁另外咧，亦都會採取咗等量抵消嘅方案嘅，係啦。咁亦都希望咧鼓勵我哋嘅參加嘅同學咧，採取自備水樽啦、垃圾分類啦、低碳交通等等嘅行為。咁亦都令成個活動喺氣候行動上咧 係可以做到即係人人親眼可見、可感受、可參與、可行動嘅方式，令到鼓勵低碳習慣，亦都係令到低碳行動咧成為大家生活嘅一部分嘅。
Now please put your hand onto the green planet and revive our Earth. Let's get ready.
Prestigious guests, teachers, student delegates. I would like to express my greatest appreciation to everyone attending the opening ceremony and to our generous sponsors, the Bank of China Hong Kong, our partners, and the Consulate General of Britain, Egypt, France, Germany, India, Malaysia, and the United States for supporting the 2023 Hong Kong Secondary School Model UNESCO Conference on Climate Sustainability. Our journey with Model UNESCO began in April 2022 when two youth ambassadors from UNESCO Hong Kong Association represented the delegation of Hong Kong SAR in the first international model of UNESCO and won the Best Delegation Award. Led by our youth ambassadors, we decided to bring Model UNESCO to Hong Kong. And last year, even under COVID-19, we were able to host the first Hong Kong Secondary School Model UNESCO Conference, demonstrating Hong Kong students' strong desire to learn, to think, and to participate in international affairs. With the aim of facilitating sustainable development goals and international cooperation through education, science, culture, and propagation. We hope that through Model UNESCO Conference, an interactive youth-led and experiential learning activity, we could empower youth by providing them with opportunities and support to develop essential skills and knowledge for sustainable development, such as system thinking, strategic thinking, collaboration, critical thinking, self-awareness, and integrate problem-solving competency. We encourage our young leaders to evaluate, summarize relevant, and choose for information, especially in such an age of rapid technological development and information exclusion. To think critically and to use this knowledge to collaborate and find multidisciplinary solutions to multifaceted global challenges. The conference is also significant in global presence. We have received an invitation from UNESCO for the second International UNESCO Model and the patronage of UNESCO, and will provide exceptional opportunities for students from Hong Kong to participate and shine on international conferences. In this conference, in response to the important messages and achievements of COP27 last year on youth climate actions, we decided to make climate sustainability the key theme. Considering the urgency of climate crisis, the cultivation of green talents and green youth leaders is more important than ever. In the future, we will strive to make this opportunity available to more students from different backgrounds by hosting 2 model UNESCO conferences every year in English and Mandarin to further enable multicultural exchange between students in the Great Bay Area and along the Belt and Road Initiative. Finally, I would like to encourage all of the students and youth ambassadors to enjoy the conference, to make your best efforts, and to shine in today's conference. I look forward to your well-thought-out speech, and let us join hands to paint a sustainable green future. Thank you.
Fellow students, youth ambassador, teachers, principals, and ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to join you all today in this opening of this 2023 Hong Kong Secondary School Model UNESCO Conferences on Climate Sustainability. First of all, I must express thanks to the effort of the UNESCO Hong Kong Association and the Hong Kong Institute of Education for Sustainable Development for their effort in raising the youngsters in the awareness of climate change. Climate change affects all of us, and the effect of global warming is becoming more apparent in Hong Kong. In last summer, we record the hottest July in our history. And the temperature, average temperature of that month raised to above 35 degrees, with the number of hot evenings reaching 25. That means almost every night. The effect of climate change does not only come with hot weather. It also causes more frequent and severe rainstorms and typhoons. There is indeed a pressing need for all of us to join hands in combating climate change. Our country has committed to achieve carbon emission peaking before 2030 and carbon neutrality between 2060. These are indeed very bold commitment from our mother nation being a developing country. In Hong Kong, we as part of China would contribute to the achievement of the national target through striving to achieve carbon neutrality before the middle of this century and reduce our total carbon emission to half before 2035. To achieve carbon neutrality before middle of this century is by no means easy. It's full of challenge. Hong Kong's carbon emission come largely from 3 sources: electricity generation, transport, and waste disposal. And we have set forth 4 major decarbonization strategies in our Climate Action Plan 2050. The 4 strategies are net zero electricity generation, energy saving and green building, green transport, and waste reduction. Apart from the whole government's effort, we need active participation of both the business sector and the support of the general public. Earlier this year, the government has set up a new office of climate change and carbon neutrality to call for action of the whole community. We will soon set up a new council for carbon neutrality and sustainable development to engage experts and leaders from the society, from different sectors, including young people, to participate actively in climate change. The motion of today's conference is promoting science and innovation for climate action. Advancement of science and technologies are indeed very important pillars to cost-effective solutions in decarbonization. We must embrace the rapid development of new technologies in our pathway to carbon neutrality. Examples are potential use of hydrogen and other zero-carbon energy, as well as the application of the latest generation of waste-to-energy technologies. All of us must also be innovative and adaptive in switching to a low-carbon lifestyle. Today, I'm glad to meet all of you, the younger generation, who share the ambition to fight against climate change. I wish all of you a most successful and rewarding conference day. And more importantly, I look forward to your continuous participation and support in this whole community journey in decarbonization and climate adaptation. Thank you.
It's my pleasure to welcome you today at this very interesting UNESCO model discussing climate and sustainability. This year's Model UNESCO comes at a time the world is celebrating 30 years of common action towards climate change. As such, the international community is focusing on solutions to both speed up and scale up actions on the ground to deal with the adverse impacts and challenges of climate change, while also looking at how to reinforce the collective movement towards a new sustainable development model that will benefit the environment and achieve economic and social development. As you all know, just a couple of months ago, Egypt hosted the latest annual conference on climate change, COP27, with a strong focus on implementation and solutions. The conference took place at a very critical time when scientific research tell us that unfortunately we are not on the track to limiting the global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius by the end of the century. On a daily basis, we see or hear news about a climate-related catastrophe somewhere in the world, be it floods in Pakistan, drought in Africa, cyclones in the Caribbean, strong monsoons in Asia, all of which are impacting sustainability of communities and raising development gains mainly in developing countries. What I have just mentioned is a clear confirmation for the urgent need for solutions. Solutions that deliver on sustainability, ensure the efficient use of resources, reduce the carbon footprint of humanity, and are innovative enough to ensure their affordability and availability. Climate sustainability is at the core of the international agenda. It's also at the core of development and industries. However, just being on the agenda is not enough. Swift and large-scale action is needed. That's why we call on everyone to deliver and play a role, be it governments, communities, organizations, and individuals such as yourselves, the younger generation here today, taking part in this Model UNESCO event. Let me take this opportunity to emphasize how crucial your role is. Young people are not only victims of climate change, they are also valuable contributors to climate action. The COP27 was an important milestone for youth, as they became official stakeholders in climate policy under the Action for Climate Empowerment Plan, which was created at COP27 in Egypt. Last year's COP27 also saw the first ever official youth representative, Omnia Al-Omrani, fight for the inclusion of young people's voices. These important milestones will mean that young people will now be able to have a voice about their future and the crucial decisions related to climate change policy. By changing mindsets, they encompass a more environmentally friendly and climate-sensitive way of living, with less use of resources, more recycling, and moving towards more sustainable solutions. Be it switching to renewable energy at home, using electric vehicles and buses or other sustainable transport, we can all do a part to help curb increase climate temperatures. I wish you all the best in your model discussions. Look forward to the innovative ideas and lively interactions that you will bring to this very interesting but crucial topic. Thank you.
Namaskar. I extend my heartiest congratulations to the UNESCO Hong Kong Association and Hong Kong Institute of Education for Sustainable Development for organizing the 2023 Hong Kong Secondary School Model UNESCO Conference on Climate Sustainability. Climate change is a global challenge that requires all nations to work together in the spirit of finding just, equitable and practical solutions. India stands committed to play a constructive role in this global effort. At the COP26 in Glasgow, Prime Minister Modi put forward the Panch Amrit, that is, 5 elements of India's efforts towards addressing climate change. By 2030, India's non-fossil fuel energy capacity would be increased to 500 gigawatts. 50% of its energy requirements would be met from renewable energy sources, and we aim to achieve net zero emissions by 2070. These ambitious goals for the still developing Indian economy have been set notwithstanding the fact that the per capita emissions of India at 1.9 tons in 2021 are the lowest in the list of the top 20 emitter countries. We are also walking the talk. In the latest Union Budget 2023-24, the government has allocated $4.3 billion for priority capital investments in energy transition and $2.4 billion for the National Green Hydrogen Mission. Going beyond its national efforts, India will leverage our G20 presidency in 2023 to advocate for life, that is, lifestyle for environment, calling on people to adopt sustainable life choices to help address climate change. India is also celebrating 2023 as the UN International Year of Millets. Millets are ancient grains which are climate resilient and are grown in over 100 countries, having significant health benefits that can contribute towards global food security, addressing climate change, and improving public health. As you can see, there is much to talk about, and more importantly, there is much to be done. I wish you all enlightening and constructive discussions, and I wish the conference all success. Thank you.
Just like medication, etc. But we see that many people who are basically apathetic towards the total growth, and therefore how about people, then you can actually push forward positive changes. The delegate of Turkey also recognizes that the younger generations are an asset worth investing in, and hence would like to support
the Yellowstone National Park, where wood cannot be cut down, it is simply illegal. If we have these protected territories, then we do not run the risk of mass deforestation.
Hi Jasper, could you share a bit about your secret of winning the best delegate with us? What do you think is the most important skill that helped you to win this award?
I think by far the best tip I would give new delegates is to join more MUN style conferences or debate or anything regarding to public speaking in general. Honestly, the more you do this, the more you do public speaking, the better you'll get over time. And that's just the biggest tip I've learned from participating in a lot of MUN conferences.
Overall, what would be the biggest takeaway from the conference for you?
I think the biggest takeaway from this conference is definitely the motion of climate action, considering that UNESCO is one of the only MUN in Hong Kong that specializes in climate action and its related topics. I think that's the biggest takeaway from this conference.
What was the strategy you proposed? What do you think is the biggest challenge of the research process?
So the strategy we proposed was the Global Incubative Greece Initiative.
And I believe one of the biggest challenges that we have faced while researching for the country of Greece is that because Greece isn't really a country that's very well known for science and technology in climate change. So it took us a lot of time and effort going through research papers to look for suitable data that we can combine together to form our resolution.
Overall, what would be your biggest takeaway from the conference?
Well, the biggest takeaway that I think for me, would be that no matter what, your teammates will always have your side. Because even when you're very tired, your teammates are willing and able to provide a helping hand. And I think that teamwork is what really fosters success in a group. So I would like to thank you too. And then, you want to say anything?
Would you recommend the conference to other students who might be interested?
You want to say that?
I would, because like the whole thing is very new. It's not like a traditional debate where you have like a 3-minute time limit. You have a 4-minute time limit for the whole team, and it really forces you to think about what's the key point in the whole thing. You can't just put everything in your speech.
Yeah, so this is a very valuable experience to learn not only communication and cooperation with the teammates, but also about time allocation and presentation skills. Thank you.
Which delegation you guys represent?
We were Australia.
How did you guys prepare as a team? And how much do you think teamwork has contributed to the final outcome?
Right, so I mean these two, they did a ton of research on the topic, and I mean they tried to look into the environmental policy of every country, right? They figured out like every program, every initiative they had, and that's why we were so prepared. And other than that, in our own country, we tried to find solutions that Australia was already implementing, and we just improved upon them in our research.
Yeah, and I would really like to thank Cyrus as well here for providing his valuable insight and personal opinions, which really shaped our policy.
Overall, what would be your biggest takeaway from the conference?
Biggest takeaway is definitely the fact that a lot of these ideas were really innovative. I think that it really broadened my horizon on a lot of these topics, particularly climate change. Very, very inspiring.
Would you recommend it to other students who might be interested?
Absolutely. So there's a lot of other public speaking competitions, debate competitions, there's MUN, but there's nothing really like UNESCO because it's focused on the environmental side of things, which I don't think enough competitions focus on. So if you're a student and you want to make a change, I think this is the perfect competition for you.
Okay, just this question to Cyrus. How does it feel like to be able to offer an opportunity to participate in international conference?
I'm really excited for it. I mean, I think I'm ready to go up there and maybe win for Hong Kong. So it's been an honor to get it, and I really thank UNESCO for helping me do that, as well as these two for supporting the team and helping because it was honestly a team effort, this whole thing. So yeah, feels great.
Thank you. As a team, what was the strategy you guys proposed? Which delegation did you guys represent?
So we are in Division B and we represent the delegate of Malaysia. And the strategy we proposed was converting a palm oil plantation into biomass. So the idea is that with deforestation that is exacerbated because of palm oil plantation, we decided to phase out that palm oil plantation, but also use the current palm oil and convert it into biomass.
How did you guys actually prepare as a team? How much do you think teamwork has contributed?
Oh, teamwork is 100% a really important element in this project, I think. We met a lot of ups and downs about us extending deadlines, sometimes not being able to show up to meetings, but how we started was that we went on a Zoom call and we talked about, okay, this is the division of labor. We need to separate, okay, all of us. These are a few questions we need to ask in Malaysia in terms of where it's at with the technology, its finance, its current investment into the technology scheme, and even its international stance with other countries. And we formulated how to structure it, and then I divided the labor between the three of us. Yeah.
Would you recommend the conference to other students who might be interested?
Oh, definitely. It's a really good conference. I got to meet so many other people here. I mean, everyone's so warm and welcoming, especially with the different breaks and the networking types. People would just happily come up to you, ask for advice, ask for your IG,
And also you build a lot of confidence from doing this conference. Yeah, you really develop your public speaking skills and your general communication with others.
I'll address the question to Sky, who also won an individual award. So could you talk a bit about your negotiation or public speaking secrets? Will the conference give you more confidence in the future? You can answer in Cantonese if you want.
呢個咁嘅 conference 絕對係俾咗我好多一個新嘅體驗，同埋係真係我覺得係好充實嘅，因為就係首先唔同嘅隊都有唔同嘅意見去俾出嚟，咁但係我就有自己嘅反應，咁反應翻俾唔同嘅 team、唔同嘅 delegations， 咁我哋呢個好 rewarding experience 係考你嘅 critical thinking 同埋考你嘅社交能力，係一個好好嘅體驗嚟。
So what is your biggest takeaway from the conference? 你覺得你即係得到咗咩咧 from the conference？
我覺得 biggest 如果要揀一個 biggest 嘅 takeaway 就係識 socialize 同人，除咗喺一個社交即係 formal 啲嘅場合同唔同嘅 delegation 去 socialize， 譬如話Malaysia、Australia 唔同嘅 country 咁樣，同埋亦都可以人與人之間私人上面 socialize 係一個好好嘅體驗。
咁你覺得邊一個係 most important skill that help you to success？
我覺得就係呢個嘅 courage， 我覺得係首先可能真係要喺呢啲嘅 formal 嘅 situation 係要 not afraid 去 express 你嘅 opinion to other 嘅 delegations， 呢個係最重要嘅。
Thank you guys for taking this interview with us. Thank you.
好啦，多謝各位觀眾聽眾啊！頭先個內容係相當之豐富同埋精彩嘅嚇，咁亦都期待大家咧係繼續關注咧 High 17 SDGs 逐個做啦，等我哋咧可以逐個為大家咧落作帶嚟更加多、更加唔同嘅 SDG 嘅香港行動，亦即等我哋咧就一齊攜手行動起嚟。多謝晒，拜拜。